You're looking at a $3 bottle that kills mold better than the $12 mold remover sitting on the shelf right next to it. Same active job, a quarter of the price. And the reason most people never reach for it isn't performance, it's that nobody profits from telling you about it. Stick around, because in the next few minutes I'm going to show you exactly what's in it, why it actually works at the root instead of just on the surface, and how to use it the right way so mold doesn't come back in 3 weeks. Here's what almost nobody tells you about the mold sprays lining store shelves. A huge number of them are built around chlorine bleach. Bleach looks like it works. It bleaches out the dark color so the stain disappears and your brain says, problem solved. But mold doesn't just live on the surface of grout, caulk, or wood. It sends root-like structures called hyphae down into the tiny pores of the material. Bleach is a large molecule and mostly stays on the surface. It can whiten the visible color, but it often can't reach or kill what's growing underneath. That's why the same spot keeps coming back, and why you end up buying the same bottle again next season. A problem that returns is a problem that sells. So what actually gets down into those pores and kills the organism instead of just bleaching it? Ordinary hydrogen peroxide. The same 3% solution sitting in a brown bottle in the first aid aisle for about $1.50 to $3. It's been used as a disinfectant and antifungal agent since the late 1800s, long before modern mold sprays existed. The mechanism is simple chemistry. Mold cells, like most living cells, use enzymes to protect themselves from oxidation. Hydrogen peroxide is a strong oxidizer. When it contacts mold, it breaks down into water and oxygen, and in that process it tears through the cell membrane and disrupts the mold's internal structure. Unlike bleach, hydrogen peroxide is a smaller, less viscous molecule, so it penetrates porous surfaces like wood, grout, and drywall instead of sitting on top of them. It's actually recommended by building science and remediation guidance specifically because it reaches what bleach leaves behind. Let's build the actual spray, because the ingredient list is almost embarrassingly short. You need one thing from the store, a bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide, the same kind used for cleaning cuts. Any pharmacy, grocery store, or big box store carries it for around $2 to $3, and one bottle will last through months of regular kitchen and bathroom use. That's it for the active ingredient. Optionally, if you want extra grease cutting power for kitchen surfaces specifically, you can add a small squirt of plain dish soap, which helps the peroxide spread evenly across greasy tile or stovetop backsplash instead of beating up. Here's how you put it together. Take an empty spray bottle. You can reuse an old cleaning bottle, just rinse it out first. Pour the hydrogen peroxide in undiluted, straight from the bottle. Don't water it down. The concentration is already mild enough to be safe on skin and most surfaces, and diluting it just weakens the effect. If you're using it on a greasy kitchen surface, add about 1/4 teaspoon of dish soap per cup of peroxide and shake gently to mix. Spray it directly onto the mold spot, grout lines, the caulk around a sink, a moldy spot on a windowsill, or a stained ceiling tile in a bathroom. Then, here's the part that makes the difference. Let it sit for at least 10 minutes, ideally closer to 30 for a heavier stain. Don't wipe it off right away. That waiting time is when the peroxide is actually breaking down into the material and killing the organism, not just sitting on top of it. After it sits, scrub lightly with an old toothbrush or scrub pad, then wipe clean with a damp cloth. Now, you might be wondering if this is actually going to hold up compared to a name brand mold remover, or if it's just a placebo people talk themselves into. The chemistry answers that directly. Hydrogen peroxide is registered by the EPA as an antimicrobial agent, and it's specifically used in professional mold remediation on porous materials, for exactly the reason we just covered. It penetrates instead of bleaching over. Where it actually pulls ahead of a lot of commercial sprays is that it has no lingering chemical smell. It breaks down into plain water and oxygen with no toxic residue, and it won't discolor colored grout or fabric the way bleach can. If you've ever bleached a colored bath mat white by accident, this is the version that doesn't do that. Let's talk about the cost math plainly, because this is really where the whole thing falls apart for the companies selling the alternative. A name brand mold and mildew spray runs somewhere between $8 and $14 for a bottle that lasts maybe a month or two of regular use in an average bathroom. A $3 bottle of hydrogen peroxide, used the same way, lasts just as long, sometimes longer, because you're not paying for fragrance, thickeners, or packaging. You're paying for the one ingredient that's actually doing the work. Over a year, that's the difference between spending upwards of $60 to $100 versus spending well under $20. The industry isn't selling you stronger chemistry. In a lot of cases, it's selling you the same basic active ingredient family, repackaged with a fragrance and a name and a markup that depends on you not knowing what's actually sitting in the first aid aisle. Now, to be fair, there's one real limitation worth knowing. Hydrogen peroxide breaks down when it's exposed to light, so keep the bottle in its original opaque container or a dark spot, and don't expect an old sun-exposed bottle to work at full strength. It also isn't a permanent moisture fix. Mold comes back if the underlying moisture problem, like a leaky pipe or poor bathroom ventilation, isn't addressed. This spray kills what's there. It doesn't stop new mold from growing if the room stays damp. And one safety note, never mix hydrogen peroxide with vinegar or bleach in the same container. Mixed with vinegar, it can form a corrosive compound, and mixed with bleach, it can release harmful chlorine gas. Use it on its own, and you're completely fine. So here's what you actually walked away with today. A $3 bottle from the first aid aisle, one optional squirt of dish soap, 10 to 30 minutes of waiting time, and you've got a mold treatment that goes after the root of the problem instead of just bleaching the color out of the top. If this saved you from buying another overpriced spray bottle, share it with someone who's been fighting the same grout stain for months. And if you want the next everyday item that's quietly replacing something expensive under your kitchen sink, that's exactly what we're covering next.